The Second Life of Elara Vienne. In the kingdom of Betrayal, time was not a straight line. Every 100 years, the skies bled crimson, the stars flickered, and the world reset. No one knew why. But those rare few who remembered past cycles were called the returned. Elara Vienne became one of them. Not by choice, but through betrayal, blood, and a broken heart. She had been the royal healer. Trusted. Quiet. Keen-eyed. They said her hands could stitch a soul back together. And perhaps they could. But no hands, not even hers, could stitch her own fate once it unraveled. She had loved the crown prince, Kalin. Their love was a whisper, never spoken aloud. He was fire and storm. She was earth and stillness. But in the garden where violets bloomed beneath moonlight, they had found something forbidden. Something sacred. The night of his coronation, Elara stood behind velvet curtains, her breath caught in her throat, pride and fear tangled in her chest. But then, the music stopped. A crash. A cry. Kalin collapsed before the throne. Poison. Within the hour, Elara's room was ransacked. Her herbs, confiscated. Her records, altered. And the next day, she stood accused of high treason. Dragged before the court, she searched the faces of the lords. But none would meet her gaze. And then she saw him, Kalin, swaying on his feet, pale from the poison, hollow-eyed. "Tell them," she begged, her voice raw. "Tell them I saved you. That I would never." But he said nothing. Not a word. Not a glance. Just silence. They called her a witch. A serpent in healer's skin. And when the blade came down, Elara's last thought was not of justice. It was of him. And how he did not fight for her. She expected nothingness. Darkness. But instead, there was wind. Laughter. Birds. Light. She was small. Her hands, tiny. Her body, unfamiliar. A child. Alive. In a different village. A different life. And yet, every memory of her past burned bright and clear. She had been returned. Years passed. She did not cry. She did not rage. She studied. Waited. Grew. Watched the skies for the blood moon that had granted her this rebirth. And when she turned 19, she made her way to the capital. Not as Elara Vienne, but as Mira of the Pines, a quiet scribe hired into the palace archives. There, hidden behind scrolls and shadows, she watched the game of power play out. She saw Kalin, now King Kalin, older, colder, more burdened than before. A man weighed down by guilt, or something darker. And then there was Sir Thorn, the commander of the palace guard. Scarred, sharp-eyed, and silent. He saw everything. Especially her. He watched her with a familiarity that made her uneasy. Not romantic. Not yet. But like he sensed something, out of place. They spoke, at first, in passing. But slowly, as days unfolded into weeks, his words grew longer. Warmer. "You carry sorrow like it's sewn into your bones," he said once. She answered, "Maybe it is." And she saw something shift in him then. Recognition. Understanding. Thorn didn't press. But he stayed. And for the first time since her death, Mira, felt seen. One night, while sorting forgotten letters in the archive's lowest vault, she stumbled across a sealed document. A confession, written in the hand of a dead man. Lord Rail, Kalin's former advisor. The man who had executed the trial against her. The letter revealed everything. It was he who had poisoned the prince, not to kill him, but to weaken him, manipulate the outcome of succession, and install a puppet king under his control. And Elara, because of her closeness to Kalin, had been the perfect scapegoat. She trembled as she read it. Every lie. Every betrayal. Laid bare in ink and seal. She could expose it. Reveal the truth. But what would it change? The man she had once loved had chosen silence. That night, she stood on the palace terrace, the stars above unblinking. "Are you all right?" It was Thorn. She turned, unsure. Would it matter if I wasn't? It would matter to me. She hadn't realized how much she needed to hear those words. How long it had been since someone had spoken to her, not because of who she was, but because of what she felt. In time, Thorn became her anchor. Steady. Present. Never asking her to explain her silences, but always holding them with care. Then, the confrontation came. The king found her in the Hall of Mirrors, a place she once used to meet him, long ago. He stared. "Your face. I remember you. But I don't know why." "I wonder," she replied, "how many women you've sentenced to death that now blur together." His eyes widened. And then, realization. It wasn't her face. It was her voice. "Elara." "Yes," she said. "The one you let die." He fell to his knees. "I didn't know. I was drugged. My memories of that week are shadows. I thought you were guilty. And when I realized the truth, it was too late." "Too late," she echoed. "You let the world believe I was poison. You watched them kill me. And now you want redemption?" "I never stopped loving you," he whispered. She stepped back. "No. You loved the idea of me. The girl who healed your wounds, who kissed you in gardens. But when I needed you, truly needed you, you let the blade fall." His hands dropped. And in that moment, she knew. Love without courage is not love. It is fear in disguise. She walked away. Later that night, she found Thorn in the garden. He was standing where violets still bloomed, the same place Kaelin once kissed her. "Do you believe in fate?" she asked. "I believe fate gives us chances. But it's what we do with them that counts." "I died once," she said. Came back with only one question: "Can I ever be whole again?" He didn't answer right away. Instead, he offered his hand. "Let's find out. Together." She took it. Elara never returned to the palace. She left behind the archives, the crown, the ghosts. She and Thorn built a life in the northern woods, quiet, steady, filled with books and late-night laughter and sunlit mornings. Kaelin ruled with guilt, carrying the weight of what he lost. And Elara lived. Truly lived. Not as a healer. Not as a lover betrayed. But as a woman who chose to begin again. Because sometimes, true love isn't what breaks you. It's what helps you rebuild. And sometimes, second chances don't come with crowns. They come quietly. In hands that hold you steady. In hearts that ask nothing in return. This was the second life of Elara Vienne. And this time, she chose love that stayed.